everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Carrie. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and give me the thumbs up, and that way you won't miss out on any other crafty tutorial. You can also find me on Instagram as well if you find @CarrieCanMakeIt. There you'll see what my latest crafting and sewing journey looks like. So today's tutorial is all based around gifting, and with Christmas around the corner, we're all out there buying presents, and I want to show you an alternative to wrapping up a bottle. A bottle meaning alcohol, and how many of us are getting those for our friends and family this year? I know I am. And this is the sort of bag that we would ordinarily buy from the shops. Prices vary, but they're not cheap, and people know what they're going to get when they're given one of these. And to me, it lacks something, so I put my head together to think of something extra special, and this is what I've come up with. It's my little Jingle Juice bottle cover, and it's made out of fabric, and you can reuse it. You can alter the size to fit bigger bottles, like a magnum of Prosecco, gin, wine, you name it. This one is a liqueur, so I'm going to show you how to make this, and I just think this will look lovely under the tree, and it screams that love's gone into it, and Jingle Juice is so cute. So here's what you're going to need. Okay, so the things that you're going to need are your outer fabric. So I've used the Craft Cotton Company denim, and you'll probably need about 1/2 metre or just under. And then the lining fabric, I've again used the Craft Cotton Company red, so you'll need the same amount in your lining fabric. You'll need an acrylic ruler or a tape measure just to mark out the size of your bag, and some tailor's chalk or a fabric marker of your choice. And then this is optional, but to put on the Jingle Juice sign, I'm using some Happy Fabric vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, and I will obviously need to use my electronic Cricut maker to do that, but you could embellish it with a plique or some hand embroidery instead if you don't own one of those machines. Some ribbon or jute to put around your bottle, and a jingle bell that you can get to add on to the end. Obviously your sewing machine and some pins, your scissors and an ironing mat and your iron. I will put in the description box for your box standard bottle of wine, because I know that's going to be quite popular. But for this one, I'm using my ruler, and I'm going to do 12 inches high, and I'm going to go by 5 inches wide. So you're going to need to cut out two 12 by 5 inch rectangles for the outer, and two 12 by 5 inches for your lining. So you're going to need to now give your fabrics a press for both the lining and the outer, and then cut out your rectangles, and then meet me back at the sewing table. Okay, so now we've got two front pieces, and the first thing we're going to do is put the front pieces right side together, matching them up, putting a few pins in place. And then we're going to do a 1 centimetre seam allowance on 3 sides, leaving the top open. On my sewing machine, I'm just going to use a straight stitch. Removing the pins as you go. Pivoting at the corners. And then reverse tack at the end so it doesn't unravel, and cut your threads. So now that's one part of the bag. We're going to repeat this with the other bag, part of the lining, and right sides together, and the only difference is we are going to leave a turning gap on one of the sides. So we're going to sew all the way down, stop, leave a gap, start again, and go all the way around, because that's where we're going to turn the bag out. Okay, so now once you've done that, you need to prise open the bag at the bottom to a point. And then my sewing machine's got a marker on, so we literally just want to make a mark where the 1 inch point meets, put a pin in, and we want to sew across that, because what this is going to do is box out the corners. So we're just going to sew straight along this line. And then trim the excess. So we're going to cut that bit away. And that's going to box the corner out at the bottom. And repeat on all of the other side, so both lining and the other. So again, prise it open, get it to a point, mark out where the 1 inch mark is, put a pin in place, take it to the machine, line it up and sew straight across. Again, trim, and if you turn this the right way out, you'll now see that it has a nice base on the bottom. Poke it out at the end, and you'll see that's what we call boxing out at the bottom. Repeat this with the lining. Okay, so now I've got the lining and the outer. We want the outer to be right side showing and the lining to be right side inside, because what we're going to do is put one inside the other and match them up at the side seams. So put them in together, get the side seam here and the side seam there and match them up and pin in place. Go around to the other seam and match up both seams there and pin in place. And then just go and pin around all the other bits, and we're going to do a 1 centimetre seam allowance all the way around the top. If your sewing machine has a free arm, now's a good time to take it off, because this will allow it to go either through, but mine is still small, so I'm going to just put it straight under the machine, remove the pins as I go and do a 1 centimetre seam allowance. Once you've done that, you've sewn it together, and this opening that we left, we're going to birth it and pull it all the way through. This is the exciting part. So then you'll have 2 tubes like this, and then we're going to push the lining through to the centre. Push all the corners out at the bottom and you'll see that it fits. But what we need to do is we need to sew up this opening of the bag. So pull it back out, fold it across and simply sew it shut. So now's a good time to give it a little press before we go ahead and personalise it. Okay, so now we have the jingle juice onto the bag. We're now going to put our alcohol bottle inside, which fits absolutely perfectly. And then we've got our ribbon or jute, thread on a bell, and then tie it round the neck. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I really liked doing it for you. So now you can go ahead and batch make lots of bottle covers for Christmas this year. I absolutely love them, and if you don't have a Cricut maker to use the emblem that's on there, you can leave them plain. I think they look as equally as nice, and then that will give you a blank canvas to put anything on there like hand embroidery, a applique, buttons, sequins, you name it. You can personalise it for your recipient. So yes, I'm going to go and put these under the Christmas tree and try not to drink them before Christmas. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at Carrie Can Make It, and you won't miss out on any more tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!